Today I want to talk about the Waco show, just because why not, right?
And the actual incident itself that happened, too. You know?
So this is just for you guys, and we're going to call it the Toasty Podcast.
Toasty Podcast.
My name's Sky.
And I'm Matty B.
So let's get toasty.
Let's do it.
Toasty.
By the way, spoilers. We're talking about the whole series.
Yeah, so what even happened there? It was, 93?
Yep.
I was born in 94, so I'm glad I missed that one, huh?
Yeah. The ATF was just given a whole bunch of money and...
Okay. What I need to know is, what is the ATF?
Alcohol.
WTF, ATF.
It
huh?
is, so, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. That's what they're in charge of.
Oh, ATF. Okay, yeah, it makes sense.
And now it's ATF and E for explosives.
So what the heck were they doing meddling, if it weren't for these meddling kids,
Yeah.
what were they doing,
So let me give you the Scooby-Doo rundown. So basically what happened was David Koresh, he's basically just a cult leader, very personable guy, like everybody wants to follow him, really cool guy, singing a rock and roll group,
What? Oh yeah, well it was on the show. I know. I didn't know he was actually
Show's really accurate.
part of a band. It is?
Yeah. Show's super accurate.
I thought there's definitely some facts that aren't there, right? Like some of the things aren't facts. What I'm trying to say, right?
Like what?
Well, we don't know for a
probably
fact.
been dramatized.
Right, so we don't know for a fact who shot first still, because maybe someone covered it up, right?
We don't know for a fact, but in all likelihood it was the ATF.
I mean, okay.
Killing the dogs.
Yeah, whoa. Killing the dogs.
Mm-hmm. They went to the kennel first. It was part of their plan.
I didn't even know there was a kennel on the show. Did I miss that?
Mm-hmm. It's only in it's very brief scenes.
Oh, okay.
Very,
I got you, yeah.
There's maybe 30 seconds of dogs in the whole series.
Right.
In two different episodes.
Right.
So.
Right.
But anyway, so ATF shot first, and then it was just a showdown, just a commune with a whole bunch of guns and a whole bunch of
That's insane, dude.
civil liberties that they took very seriously.
There's only room for one of us in this town.
Yeah, I mean Waco's big enough for both.
And it's not the Branch Davidians. Apparently.
Yeah.
Holy crap, dude.
But
what's crazy, you know what I loved about that show? Seriously, the show was great. Obviously, the whole show was awesome to me.
Very well made.
If you were not anti-establishment, I feel like you would be by the end of that show.
It's a super libertarian show.
Yeah, I mean, Netflix
basically
really...
the federal government screwed up everything at every step of the way.
Yeah, and you can tell who made the show. You're like, wow, you guys really don't like the FBI, huh?
Yeah.
But, at the end of it, that radio show host, right, he's like, and this is KSJW or whatever it was, and he's like, I just want to talk about or speak about the tear gas. And then he literally started listening up. He's like, 82 this, 84 this, 87 this. And I'm like, ooh. Like, it was like, dude, that was so good, though. I was like, oh, man. It just pumps you up,
Yeah.
Because for a second there, I kind of fell in love with David Koresh.
Making you realize, wow, these people aren't idiots. They're not just, foolish people.
No, they're not. And maybe they believed some weird stuff. Maybe they didn't. I don't know the whole... I don't know the whole truth. I'm not going to get super religious out here on this show. But the thing is that, we have this, what you call freedom of religion. And I guess maybe they were a cult.
Yeah, for sure.
For all
and the reason,
intents and purposes,
that gets back to the whole reason the ATF went in the first place is because he was married to a 14-year-old. Which in Texas was parental consent.
But actually, that was fine with parental consent. Yeah, exactly. But was it parental consent,
Yeah, that's great. And that's, I don't condone that. But still, even with parental consent, that's kind of weird. So... But and they go in, so they have that handgun, right? And John Leguizamo's character is filing off the serial number, right?
Oh,
or his character has to go in with that.
I missed a lot of details.
The details are that's where they get you. It's like, wow, it's entrapment in so many ways what they were trying to do.
Okay.
They took a gun, made it illegal themselves, which it doesn't. You're not above the law, you know what I mean?
No,
you can't just do that shit.
Yeah, all that to say, they did something wrong. Let me get these wires straight. This is OCD Central out here. Everything they stand for just wasn't there, and they were trying to pin something on them, right?
Yeah.
They were trying to pin. It was like, oh, we need something to blame them for.
They really just wanted to be on the front page when they see headlines.
It turns out,
girl. He was
Bill Clinton,
fresh in office.
So he's trying to like make a name out here, or ATF is trying to make a name for him because they're going to get like totally demolished if they don't do something, right?
Janet Reno is the Attorney General.
How many freaking secret agencies do we even have?
There are 16 intelligence agencies.
Like currently?
Yeah.
Today?
16.
16. Everyone thought it was just the CIA.
Everyone thought it was like maybe 3, like FBI, CIA, and NSA. No, there's 16.
Yeah, it's like all these small departments. What are they even doing?
There's like 5 in the military alone.
I guess they pin stuff on Colts and blow them up.
Yeah, or blame incoming administrations.
That's tear gas.
That's a whole other topic.
Tear gas is not the answer.
The Michael Flynn investigation. Have you heard anything about what's going on?
No, I haven't. Michael who?
Michael Flynn. Lieutenant General Michael Flynn. Man, so this is a long story. So back in
Strap on your boots.
All right, get them on, ladies and gentlemen. So 2016. We're talking August of 2016, before Trump is elected president.
Okay.
They are, by they I mean people in the Obama administration, are spying on the Trump campaign at the time, Carter Page, who was an advisor, as well as a few other people, Paul Manafort at the time, which he was doing illegal stuff. He and obviously he went to jail for the stuff he did prior to him being on the campaign, but which was bad vetting on the campaign's part when you think about it. Anyway, long story short, Michael Flynn was the incoming national security advisor, and this guy is super anti quote-unquote deep state. You know what I mean? Like, people being in federal government 30, 40 years.
Oh, he thinks they need to have like a freaking
life.
Life.
Yeah, exactly.
I get what you're saying.
So, and he's very anti-deep state.
Yeah. And
he's about to uproot a lot of people that have been there for a long time and are very, love the centralized power of the federal government.
Right.
And there's a lot of details here that I'm just going to gloss over because this is 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay.
But so they arrest him for lying to the FBI. The FBI goes over to Michael Flynn and says, "Hey, you had this phone call with a Russian ambassador, incoming national security advisor is totally allowed to do that." This was after Trump was elected, and they get him for he pleads guilty to lying to the FBI because the FBI essentially entraps him and then says, "If you don't plead guilty, we're going to go after your family." Michael Flynn loses his house. It costs him $4 million in legal fees.
What?
Yeah, he's been going through this trial since then, and the case just got dropped since 2016.
Now the case is dropped.
Just got dropped because it just came out that the FBI was literally trying to entrap him. There were handwritten notes.
Oh my gosh, dude, that's insane!
Yeah.
$4 million. What do you do? Are they gonna pay that? We're gonna pay that back. Is that more printed money?
Okay. Now he can sue the federal government. He could probably sue the FBI for this in a civil case. Oh, absolutely.
Dude, I can do that. Nice. Yeah, I think they have done this before, and obviously it's not even that much of a tangent because you see Waco and you see them literally trying to entrap this cult, right? Basically, let's pin something on them and get them out of here. Why though? What's the point? They're American citizens, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And that's interesting to me. Did they really not like Michael Flynn that much?
They needed the big bust. Huh? They didn't like Michael Flynn that much.
I mean, I don't understand how you can
Peter Strzok is really the guy. I think Peter Strzok is really the brains behind it, and he kind of screwed over his boss, James Comey. James Comey was implicit. He knew what was going on. He was the director of the FBI. You know what's going on when you reopen a case that's not formally closed.
Right.
And there are texts that show that Peter Strzok, who was a deputy director of the FBI, said that he was, I think, serendipitously happy that the case was not shut formally because of incompetence. They meant to close the case on Michael Flynn, the investigation. They were like, well, we need to look at this phone call. They looked into it. Nothing improper happened. Case closed. FBI didn't even interview him at the time. These are normal FBI agents, mid-level FBI agents. It gets to Peter Strzok, and he's like, oh, this case is still open? Heck yes, we're going to go send 2 guys over. And Jim Comey had said this in an open interview.
So some people liked it. Some people liked it, apparently. Is that what you're saying?
What do you mean?
They liked the case. They liked that the case was still open.
Yeah. Peter Strzok, deputy director of the FBI, who wanted Hillary to win over Trump. There's a whole other thing.
unbiased.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. So he's super biased, and he's in charge of this investigation, and he was also in charge of the Hillary Clinton investigation regarding her emails and her remote server that she had at her house full of classified information, which is a felony. Like, David Petraeus went to prison for that, and he's a general that served as, I think he was even CENTCOM commander, which is the basically allied commander of the Middle East. Like, you control all of the U.S. forces in the region.
Holy crap, dude.
It's a huge deal. General Mattis was CENTCOM commander at one point. Secretary of Defense later.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he went to prison. He went to jail. He lost his rank. He went to jail for like a year because he took one file home, and I think his girlfriend saw it or something like that. I don't know the details, but
why the heck?
And Hillary just gets
what a crappy girlfriend. Did she just tell everybody?
I don't know. I don't know exactly the details.
What do you think she's gonna get out of that?
But he basically did the same thing.
Get some money. Hillary probably paid her.
I don't know.
Anyway, sorry, that's crazy.
But
I'm a conspiracy theorist. So this coronavirus, huh? What about that?
Yeah.
So are we finally back?
More federal overreach.
Are people finally? Yeah, right. I actually know a girl that wrote an article on that whole thing. Pretty good, pretty decent. I didn't read the whole thing, but it is extremely biased and opinionated. So you can read it if you'd like. That's fine. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying that is an opinion article. Yeah, I hope we're finally done. Can we get freaking done with this?
Yeah, no. LA is locked down for another 3 months.
Are you serious?
That's what,
I don't understand.
That's what Garcetti said, the mayor of Los Angeles. The more liberal places are, the longer they want to stay shut down.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think, hopefully,
to them,
people will realize, and they are realizing now. I know it already. I can see more customers in the door right now.
Oh, yeah.
They will realize that it's, oh my gosh, we just need to, be distanced a little bit and, maybe
just be a little
have
cautious.
Better personal hygiene. Dang, America. Like, there's some people out there that don't even wash their freaking hands when they go to the bathroom. That exists.
What's wrong with you, America?
That exists. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
and I'm not going to say it's a lot of people. Maybe it's not a lot of people. Maybe it's not.
I did that the other day in the shop. And I was like,
well, don't say that.
Just
kidding.
We wear gloves. But I was like, dude.
Oh, man.
Sick man.
Yeah. Don't look up our jobs. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, yeah, that's all we need to do.
Yeah, it was just simple steps. And I've heard that lockdowns help, but only in the beginning stages.
For sure, yeah.
And then once you flatten that initial curve, it's going to stay relatively flat. There's not really going to be a huge, all of a sudden spike.
Right.
And then on Joe Rogan, I was listening to Joe Rogan today, and he said that there's a prison population that where 98% of the population in prison that had COVID were asymptomatic. 98%.
Imagine that, right? So,
well, that's and somebody was saying it's because their immune system is so good.
I don't know, man. That is near here nor there, I think. But the thing is, a lot of people are realizing they had it anyway. They didn't even realize it. That's happening. Like Abilene, Texas, right? Abilene. I hope I'm speaking right here. They decided, oh, you know what? Let's test everybody because it turns out I had it. I didn't even know it. The mayor or someone close to the mayor, like serious, like actual high level city, whatever government. They tested all the city personnel, so that included the fire department. So I know a guy that knows some guys. And yeah, basically the whole fire department, right? So it was like out of 70 people, it was like 40 something had it, and they didn't even know it, and they had it already, and they had antibodies. It's crazy, and I still want to say like, oh, I totally had it in February, and I feel like there's a lot of people that do that right now. Maybe I did. I'm not really worried about it. But the point is, I had something crazy. It was pretty bad sickness, and ever since then, I'm in front of customers every single freaking day, and I haven't felt a sliver of bad.
You did have some weird, because you were like, I never get sick, and it feels like the flu.
Yeah, well, and exactly. And I was in bed. Like, I don't stay in bed for the flu, and that might be America's problem. I might be America's problem. If I have the flu, normally it's like, oh, one day, and then I'm out. I'm good. I'm going back to work. Yeah, I'm still coughing. And it's, you know what I'm saying? It's not good. It's not good. I'm being honest, though. That's literally how it goes. And like,
yeah, most Americans
maybe it's
like
just
that,
because most Americans have gotten used to the fact that we have a freaking flu season for no reason. What are we going to have now? COVID 2020? COVID 2021?
Yeah.
COVID season? You know?
COVID season.
You know what I'm saying? And the other thing is, the other thing I'm interested in, so I want to talk about coronavirus, not now. I want to talk about it later, too. We were going to get someone on. Am I allowed to talk about this?
So you can talk about, actually, this person who, I I've been texting on and off. We'll stay anonymous, and they're talking to me. So, so this person, I can't say who they. I can't.
What the heck? It just got serious. There's 17 secret agencies now. We're one of them. It's called Toasty Podcast. All right,
the 17th branch of secret agents.
Go ahead.
So, this person, who shall remain anonymous, is actually a super high up, not a CEO. I can't say their position. I can't say who they work for.
Okay.
But I'll just say it's a large hospital chain in Texas.
News to me. Go ahead.
Very large hospital chain in Texas. And he or she is very, very high up. Probably top dozen in the company.
Okay. How many hospitals? Can you say that?
20, high 20s.
High 20s hospitals? Okay,
yes.
So basically what we're saying is at this point it's almost like a corporation type company, right? So, go ahead.
Yeah, big company.
Yeah.
Oof. In a big state. But this person was basically
big state. Lots of room. All right, go ahead.
Oh my goodness.
That was the song that I was thinking.
So yeah, this person was basically saying that the medical, they don't listen to the national experts anymore. Not even a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's not because they're spouting BS. It's because they don't know anything more than they know. You know what I mean?
Oh, so we've gotten to the point where the playing ground is pretty much equal.
It's equal.
It's just like, okay.
The
so
CDC
is just kind of like
nothing
there.
new coming out of it.
Right. They're just like, oh,
most
well, we
hospital
don't have anything.
administrators don't already know.
You know what I feel like happens?
Which is good because that means everybody's catch up. There's
We're
no
all
lack
caught
of
up, man.
information.
We're caught up to speed, man. Just let it happen, man. We made it to the moon first. You know what I'm saying?
They're not overrun or anything. They're starting to pick up elective surgeries and stuff like that.
Okay, so my thing is, according to the old Musk, Elon Musk, he was like, there's people being furloughed.
Welcome to Texas, by the way. We would love if Elon moved over here.
Oh, dude, totally. Come over, brother. Come over, brother. Yeah, come on down, son. Anyway, so, yes, he was saying people were furloughed in hospitals.
Yeah.
And I think that's insanity. We were saying, oh, man, we're going to be, so busy and slammed because of this, and maybe we could have been at first, and I'm not going to tell you the shutdown's not necessary, because maybe it was, but I don't think we've been in a situation where we need to ease off, So I don't think we've been in a situation where we've even done this to begin with. We haven't. This is like a first, right?
Yeah, this is definitely
a government shutdown or whatever, and so I'm not sure if we know when to ease off, and that's a problem.
Ease off the shutdown?
Ease off the shutdown, yeah.
Oh, I think we should ease off rapidly.
Well, I agree, but I don't know. What I'm saying is I think they just don't know because they haven't done it before.
Yeah, but exactly. Look at the states that have already opened. Like
Ohio, Georgia, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, and the thing is hospitals, right? I'm mainly basing it off hospitals. We had a podcast on Unpopular Opinion, what it takes for hospitals to stay afloat with supplies. And it was a lot of supplies. Right. It was a lot. Like with SARS in Canada, with HIV, all that stuff.
Everything they use is disposable when you think about it.
It was thousands of things. It was thousands of products, right? Mm-hmm. You talk about plastic waste. Screw your silicone straws and your freaking metal straw. That does not help.
Just ban hospitals.
That's the answer.
Biodegradable gloves you do in surgery and they just fall apart inside the body. You're like, ooh.
Oh, man. That's not sterile anymore. Ship it. Okay, anyway. So anyway, I think the point wasn't even that. The point is that they use a lot of stuff. And I was like, that's what's going to cause us to like not be able to catch up, right? And here we are out here freaking setting up disposable, quote unquote, like buildable little hospitals, right? Yeah, by the army or whatever. Yeah. And we didn't even need them. And they ended up tearing them down anyway.
The hospital ship was just like almost empty on both
coasts. And then Elon's out here saying, I was there, ICU beds are almost half empty, like we don't really have this need, what the heck's going on?
We're giving ventilators away to other countries at this point.
Right. And
we shut down GM and Ford to make ventilators. The federal government freaking forced GM to shut down to make ventilators, and they didn't even freaking need them.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But it's better safe than sorry, right?
But you know what the government said? Watch this. You ready?
Of course.
It's called blackmail. They said, GM, remember that time that we bailed you out? Yeah, it comes back around.
Yeah.
Hey, remember that favor? It's me, Ricky, your uncle. I deserve a favor, right? So it's like, boom, done.
It's like asking a favor of the mafia guy.
Yeah, exactly my point. You got
this
mafia
wedding, you know?
Yeah, dude.
It's like
if you don't do this, well, and they're like, oh, here it is. Here's the freaking shotgun. I don't know if that's the case.
No, but it is. Ben Shapiro likes to say, everything the federal government does, they do at gunpoint. Think about it.
God.
It's true, though. It's totally true.
Yeah.
You get thrown in jail.
On both accounts, by the way.
You get thrown in jail, handcuffed for tax evasion.
Right.
They collect your money at gunpoint.
Shoot, man. When did they even do that, though? I don't know. What does it take?
Woodrow Wilson.
3 years? 4 years?
19... Oh, man, I should know this. Income tax. Was it 16th Amendment?
Okay.
That legalized the...
Oh, right. It was supposed to be illegal, right?
It's unconstitutional. It was ruled unconstitutional previously. And then they were like, we need a constitutional amendment to tax your income. And people were okay with that for some reason. I don't understand. But...
What?
Yeah, Woodrow Wilson helped ruin this country for sure.
Oh, wow. Big part, huh? Integral role in ruining America.
Absolutely.
Woodrow Wilson
was the beginning of the end, in my opinion.
We need guests. We need people to come up on here and be like, hey, this is how it is, yo. And I'll be like, hey, you're right. I agree. Because you know what? When it all comes down to it, we're all talk. We are literally commentary.
Yeah,
he might have a POSI. Is that what you call it? POSI degree? Political science? Poli-sci? POSI? Poli-sci?
Yeah, poli-sci.
What's it called?
Political science.
Okay, all right. Well, whatever.
From the George H.W. Bush School of Public Policy.
Oof. Anyway, poli-sci, and I'm over here to not really much. I can work on cars. Hooray.
You can sell stuff.
I can sell stuff, but anyway, whatever.
You have expert opinion. Even if it's just shooting us a comment. We'll put it.
Doesn't matter. Shoot us a comment. Do something, man.
Yeah.
I need interaction. I'm lonely. Well, cool. Yeah, so that's about it. This has been good. This has been fun. It's been real. Yeah, exactly. I agree. That's Toasty Podcast.
We'll have to do it again next week.
I don't know about next week. We might do every other week.
Every other week?
I just need time because I need guests. I need to get people to come up on and be a part of it.
Talking to you, Elon Musk.
I want to... Elon Musk. Wow. What if,
He'd probably do it.
I flew all the way to DFW for this rando podcast,
In this guy's bedroom.
In this guy's... Well, right now, yeah. No, this is the studio. Don't say that. Ugh.
Well, you sleep in the studio. How about that?
I'm always grinding, dude. I'm always on the grind. That's why. I think that's a wrap. So,
yeah.
We will see you guys when we see you. And as always, yes, stay toasty.
Toasty.